She called me a bitch, it's been years how I spot her. Seen how much of a bitch I be, buried her soul. When I blocked her, I contemplate they mental health, but for sure I be no doctor. I bet he will still fuck a lame, I doubt that will ever change. Is there any hope as I sit up at the end of this bed? Tired of the re-up, covers got me losing sleep instead. Thinking about little niggas with no education, no rap sequence, teeth fucked up. Don't know about insurance or family dentist. Piece of the sky opens up, he realizes enough for what he's born with, anger. Mixes it in one hell of a cup. At times I sit and ponder about the opportunities I never had. Even though I'm borrowing time, most niggas will never have. I guess 2020 is the golden year for me. 27 on my jersey claiming clarity. I gonna reach the mountaintop, you just wait and see. I'm coming back into myself, good vision and good health.
Yo. Welcome to another episode of the Bedtime Stories. We appreciate everybody for rocking with us. You know we love the people we love, for everybody who is always rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? You know how we coming. Please, when you come in, like the video. Subscribe to our YouTube notification bell. Hit the notification bell. Like, comment, subscribe. We gonna get rocking in a little bit. Make sure everyone who is tuned in, please like the video. We gonna go from there. For those of us rocking with us today, again, we have a couple of topics that we will get to. Number one, honorable mention, Coco Gauff. She did her thing. She was able to actually win the French Open. Congrats to her. And at the end of the day, she deserves it all. Let's get back to the music real quick.
Free at last, don't wanna hear another word from my bum ass past. I graduate to know what's fate and what's a fantasy line. I didn't walk the wrong path maybe a couple of times. Stepping through, I hope to see windows and green leaves. Freedom of speech, sunshine, rhythm up under my feet. Is it a dream? I check the clock for times like this. People around you can't understand what it means to exist. So make God, make a dollar, be a God, crown yourself, be a martyr, dream big, be a father, word up. I see my time around the world before I'm giving it up. I see myself living for me instead of living for her. That's rare. Two worlds niggas can never compare. Giving time to a world that'll never be there. So get your weight up, press, hit the gym so it's enough to hold your head up. Rest enough to see yourself inside a dream. Make a dollar, be a God, crown yourself, be a martyr, dream big, be a father, word up. Get your weight up, press, hit the gym so it's enough to hold your head up. Rest enough to see yourself inside a dream. Make a dollar, be a God, crown yourself, be a martyr, dream big, be a father, word up. Get your weight up, press, hit the gym so it's enough to hold your head up. Rest enough to see yourself inside a dream. Yeah. Kimbro.
These guys come in, hit the like button, man. We got it going on today.
Keep your head up. Gotta chase your dreams out the paper. Over time, things change. So much bloodshed, it's a shame. Don't know what the future holds. Humble, I remain. Don't replace fear where trust should be. Right here, shouldn't know what your left think. Don't compare the size, focus on your team. Can't be myself, won't be anything. Grant me peace, I've been patient. Trying to find solutions without foundation. One life, better not waste it. Gotta adjust with the times, be adjacent. What's fair, not equal. In life, notice you get no sequel. Sometimes my soul feel conflicted, but I keep my head up, prevent from getting wet up. And times things get better, till then Glock and sweater. I wake up,
make a dollar, be a God, crown yourself, be a martyr, dream big, be a father, word up. Get your weight up, press, hit Hit the gym so it's enough to hold your head up. Rest enough to see yourself inside a dream. Make a dollar, be a god, crown yourself. Be a model, dream big, be a father, word up. And get your weight up, press. Hit the gym so it's enough to hold your head up. Rest enough to see yourself inside a dream.
All right. So real quick, man, we want to get into the Tyler Perry movie reaction. So the Tyler Perry movie is called Straw. For anybody who does not know what that movie is. Also, by the way, phone lines open. For anybody who is unaware of what this movie is. All right. So the movie is with Taraji P. Henson. Okay. And let me see. Straw movie, Tyler Perry. And the big thing with this movie is that a lot of people don't like the way she's being portrayed. And I'm gonna go really quickly. I'm gonna go really quickly to what I'm talking about. So here's the deal. So you see Taraji right here, and she is essentially out on her ass. Okay, she's out on her ass, and at the end of the day, we see a lot of this. We see a lot of people who feel like, you know, when it comes to certain situations, when it comes to people who don't understand their circumstance or may have a difficult time dealing with their circumstance, they feel like, you know, especially in the light of black women, is always being portrayed by Tyler Perry. So Tyler Perry, he's a phenomenal. I don't even know what Tyler Perry is at this point. He's someone who is phenomenal at filmmaking. He was in Medea. That's how he came up. He did Medea on screen. I'm sorry, not on screen. He did Medea traveling. And he did a lot of casting calls. Just essentially, when you think about Broadway and you think about, for example, Denzel is on tour with Othello. That type of style. He did that for a number of years. After that, he transitioned to screen, which Medea became essentially a household name. When you bring up Medea, you know that's from Tyler Perry, and you know a lot of black people listen to this. So, and are familiar with Tyler Perry. So within this, you can actually see a lot of reasons as to why some people may like it, and some people may feel as though, okay, we're tired of you portraying the black woman this way. We're tired of you portraying, movies with a lot of struggle in it. You know, where are your movies that portray black women who are successful, who look phenomenal, who have a lot of different things going for them? And why can't that be a tale? To be honest, here's what I think Tyler Perry is doing. He's catering to his audience. He's continuing with what got him here. If we want to see successful black women's stories, I'm sure Tyler Perry has the talent. I don't know. Maybe not. Like Tyler Perry has talent, but maybe his niche is contributing to these types of stories. So, from what I know about Straw, I have not seen the entire movie. But from what I know about Straw, it's a lot of this. A lot of, Taraji in the rain, upset. I seen some comment was like, yeah, that it ain't that much bad luck in the world. I don't know, man. I've experienced a lot of it, and I know a lot of people who also have a lot of bad luck. One thing that I do appreciate Tyler Perry for doing, he included Sinbad. If people don't know, Sinbad has been going through a lot lately, but he was able to actually partner with Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry looked out for him. I'm not sure what role Sinbad is in, but this tells me that Tyler Perry is alive and well and is conscious about what's going on, at least when it comes to people who he believes can deliver the content. Sinbad still has an audience. He's still phenomenal. He still has cachet within the business, and you know, I'm not mad at it. I would love to hear what people have to say. A couple people were interested in telling me just essentially how this movie transpired, what happened, and how did it end? Did it end with her always just looking crazy?
Shut.
You know, I really don't want to hear this guy, you know, but I would love to know from you all exactly what happened. Let me see. Tyler Perry, Straw. We could watch the trailer. The trailer should be fine. Let me see. And keep in mind, again, I have not seen this. I have not seen this movie, but I believe that the trailer will help us, in a nutshell, figure out exactly what at least the plot is, you know, with body down, bro. Come on, man. Tyler Perry, I appreciate you. You know, you got the black cast in here. I remember her. She played on a lot of different films. The big win for me here is Tyler Perry has done a phenomenal job of acknowledging people and putting them in a position to win. Remember when Taraji was talking about how she hasn't been getting paid? Taraji on pay. So may quit acting overpaid treatment in the this is just a year ago.
And
I mean, man, for anybody looking to get into show business, this let's just say Hollywood, because at the end of the day, you know, when we say content creators, people who are beloved by the people and don't need a Hollywood director to get whatever content they need off, whatever message, whatever. These are the type of moments where you sit back and look, man, do I really want to go down the path that Terrence Howard went down, crying over 12,000? He only made 12,000 during Hustling. Hustling Flow was amazing, by the way. Taraji, the same thing. They were in a couple films together, Taraji and Terrence. Taraji is phenomenal. So I don't understand why people are still being neglected by, I guess, the industry or fair pay within the industry. Hold on, man. See? But this is why I love this, man. This is why I love this, because we sit back and we marvel at the people who have put in work, who sit on these couches. They put their earrings on, the outfits on, they celebrities. This is not even the original video. This is a different video. She's talking about the same thing about pay. And Taraji is up there. Taraji is on, there's a documentary, I believe, on HBO Max. It's called First on the List or something like that. Taraji's in it. What's the point of working so hard and being on all these shows if you ain't getting paid, man? I tell people this all the time. When we were talking about people who are looking to be accepted, and I'm not talking about Taraji right here, because she's putting in work, trying to be accepted, wanting to be accepted by groups, fraternities, sororities, whatever else. Does that group help improve your quality of life? Because for me, that's what it's about. Economic, networking, whatever else. That's what it's about. For her to break down again, this is a separate interview. This is not even the one that I was looking to pull up. This speaks grounds to how people are grinding, going after it. Years later, you talking about, yeah, just work hard. Same thing, man. Same thing I've been preaching. Trying not to preach, but, you know, just, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. This is the same thing. So if you don't get paid, bro, Taraji P. Henson, I'm pretty sure is like 40-something years old, man. Scratch that. She 54 years old. Look good, by the way. 54 years old. Like, bro, come on, man. Some things at the end of the day seem like they're just an illusion. Everything is just put up there for you to, feel like these people. I don't understand why certain people who work 9 to 5s, who have, trades, who are in sales, it's okay to look up to people who feel like, well, you know what, this person, we're going to glamorize this person because they are in show business, Hollywood. But to idolize people who aren't getting paid, that's another level, dog. That's another level, man. Now, there are people who are getting paid, but this is probably why Tyler Perry chose her for this role. Tyler Perry, boy. I mean, whatever. This wasn't no movie, chat. This was the real deal. This is why this movie was so good. Tyler Perry, I hope Taraji never have to work again, man. This wasn't no movie, man. Tyler Perry, I got something to say to you, boy. Now, all jokes aside, Taraji P. Henson, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Check the Taraji P. Henson from Baby Boy. Check that, then go every movie after that. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. I mean, just from the outside looking in, a phenomenal, human being as well. This, I hope that, she got paid well for this. They talk about you having a team. They talk about you, needing other people to actually push you ahead of everyone to become the first one on the call list. But this is that's why I'm online right now, chat. Hey, yo, man, listen, bro. It's about the money, man. I know people in every profession. I don't care what God you pray to. I hear people in my sleep talking about some where the money at. I don't care what God you pray to. Bro, people get tired, bro. So, my opinion on this film, and now I'll wrap it up, is I believe it was a quality film. I hope it was. Tyler Perry capitalized off of her, Taraji specifically, being in a place where she needed some sort of compensation for her work, and also channeling that energy. So at the end of the day, man, I hope Taraji P. Henson got paid. Let me see. How much did Taraji get paid for Make for Straw? Which has Tyler Perry was paid $500,000. In 2019, Variety reported that Taraji P. Henson revealed it was initially offered $100,000 for her role in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. $100,000 is not a lot of money. And after negotiations settled for $150,000, she had originally requested $500,000 for Straw, which was a Tyler Perry film. Taraji P. Henson was paid $500,000. $500,000 is not a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Yes, it's not a lot of money. So, she was paid more. Again, that's one film. You have to pay other people. You got to pay your agent, whatever else. I appreciate Tyler Perry for, cutting the check to her. So it is what it is, man. People people gotta work and delve into the different things that they need to. And to be honest, for people looking to actually make something of themselves and be proud of what they do, and they have a career, and hopefully they get to where they need to go, regarding, money and status and, security. So shout out to Raji. Anything that she's doing, I'm gonna support. All right, so moving on. They have the ICE riots right now. ICE riots are going on, man. If people don't know, and the ICE riots in LA, Los Angeles, there are people who essentially are looking to stay in their homes. I mean, LA unrest, 700 Marines pretty much mobilized there. So if we look at it, it says here, LA unrest live update, 700 Marines mobilized to support National Guard as immigration protests continue. At least 56 people were arrested over the weekend during protests against federal raids, man. Trump trying to get people out of here, man. Like, golly, he is not playing around. So it says here, Newsom said this afternoon. So Newsom says Trump is deploying another 2,000 national troops to LA. Newsom said this afternoon that Trump is deploying 2,000 more National Guards. I was just informed Trump is deploying another 2,000. The first 2,000, given no food or water, only approximately 300 are deployed. The rest are sitting unused in federal buildings without orders, Newsom wrote. This isn't about public safety. It's about stroking a dangerous president's ego. He continued. This is reckless, pointless, and disrespectful to our troops. California's Attorney General today filed a lawsuit challenging Trump's deployment of National Guard troops to Los Angeles, calling it an unprecedented power grab that exceeds his authority. President can't deploy the National Guard? One's voice in the crowd urges protesters not to give Donald Trump what he wants. Those are a conjunction of articles. So CNN reported the same thing. I wanted to read CNN specifically just because it has one article that states actually what happened and how the White House responded. As you can see here, they not playing around, bro. Multiple. So ICE, if people don't understand, ICE stands for what does actually ICE stand for? ICE stands for U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Okay, so they are right now. I mean, this is how they carrying people out. Check, golly. They not playing with you, man. If you ain't got your documents, they want you up out of here by any means necessary. You should check this brother stuff too, man. While it says multiple people taken into custody at anti-ICE protests in New York. So this is everywhere. New York, California. It don't matter where you at. They coming to get you. It says here, the state of California filed suit against Trump administration today, asking a judge to declare the call up of National Guard troops in response to street protests in Los Angeles unconstitutional and asking the court to halt any future deployments. I remember, for those of you who don't remember, I remember when a lot of people coming from another country, right? They are, immigrants and people who are looking to actually settle in America. Where I grew up at, one of the places where I grew up at, over there in the Austin area, they had tents lined up in the police station. Now, a lot of people made valid points, and I would love to hear what other people will have to say on this. But there were people lined up in tents. So they provided them money, shelter, not necessarily the tents, right? But money to actually stay there, have food, and everything else that is accompanied for immigrants coming over. Now, under the Biden administration, this happened. Now, Trump is getting them out, which is a different story. But I want to know why, when Biden was in office, the people who are already homeless and already don't have food to eat, how come those resources weren't allocated to them? That's a fair question, I feel like. That's also something that I believe isn't talked about enough when it comes to circumstances like this. But, I digress. I believe that these people have their right to remain where they are, especially if they aren't criminals, if they aren't harming anybody, if they are people who are looking to serve their best under the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court in the United States of America, whatever they're doing, especially if they have family here as well. Under those, simple stipulations, just let them stay, man. Just let them stay. I don't agree with carrying out people like this. Look at this, man. I don't agree with this. Hey.
We don't trust you, niggas. We don't.
I don't trust no motherfucker.
Hey, that's Trump right now.
We don't trust you.
Hey, Trump is going crazy. Hey, yo, Trump carrying you out like this? Holy. Yo. Nah, bro. You got this guy carrying me out like this, bro? Hey, gang, look. Let me take him one-on-one. You can do whatever you if I defeat him one-on-one, I'm staying. If he do whatever, but bro, this guy, he look, we need to figure out where his documents at. How he got here. But bro, if they care, this is disrespectful, gang. Come on, man. Totally disrespectful. It says here, let me just read this a little bit. Multiple people were taken into custody at anti-ICE protests at 26 Federal Plaza in New York City. A New York Police Department spokesperson told CNN today. The Jacob K. Javits Federal building houses a number of government offices, including the Department of Homeland Security as well as Immigration Court. The police spokesperson did not provide any details on the charges facing protesters or the number of people detained, saying the situation was still developing. When officers arrived at the scene, they encountered multiple individuals sitting in the roadway blocking vehicles. Demonstrators were instructed verbally numerous times to vacate. Wow, man. Approximately 300 members of California National Guard are currently in Los Angeles. Trump wanted to deploy more. So the state of California has sued the Trump administration, asking a judge to declare the call up of National Guard troops in response to protests unconstitutional and asking the court to halt any future deployments. The lawsuit argues Trump did not have the authority to deploy. That's the thing about America. You got the legislative, executive, and judicial branches, each one looking after each other. America is built off of fascism. It's still going on today. But, you got different branches that can do different things. And you got the House of Representatives and, members of Congress, all this other stuff, man. Politics is the most confusing thing ever. Let's just do what's right. And vote on doing what's right and have a group of people who are solidified within credentials. You figure out how that is, that framework, and then move forward with that. The Supreme Court, I think, is a good idea because, you go to a specific spot where you can actually be that court system can usurp a lot, especially when you got people who are coming out of the country like that when they had that situation with Dr. Sabi and so forth. But yeah, man. A lot of people have fought to get up. I mean, it's unimaginable what people do to come over to America. They talk about America being crappy, but you go to some of these places like Iraq, you go to a lot of these other places, man, it's not It's not peaches and cream over there, man. You ain't got Wi-Fi every building you go into, doc. You ain't got public transportation. You ain't got education. You don't have fast food McDonald's, bruh. You know, these places are different. Different. You know, women don't have the same rights. So at least 50 people were arrested in weekend protests. So yeah, man. Hopefully they found a resolution to this. And I believe they will. Trump is clearing house. Trump don't care about nothing. Trump don't care about nothing, man. So Elon Musk was in the news. Elon Musk. I mean, listen, man. Elon Musk is a different animal. Also, he's for sure a different animal. It's just two rich white guys fighting it out. That's all it is. I mean, no one can stop that. You know, let's really hear what's going on. And after this second ad, let's actually figure out. Musk said that Trump was a part of the Epstein files and all this other stuff. You know, so let's see about it.
Trump got into an explosive fight today, and it got real personal really fast. Just months ago, Elon Musk had said, "I love Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love another man." And today he was accusing Trump of being in the Epstein files and was calling for another political party to start in the US to challenge Trump. And it all started last week when Elon was challenging the big, beautiful bill that Trump had endorsed and has been really pushing for to pass the House and Senate. Musk was saying that the bill was too filled with pork and was, quote, disgusting, and was just going off on the bill on X in a series of tweets, even calling for senators to kill the bill. Of course, this irked Trump because he's been talking to congressmen and senators at the White House. He even visited Congress to try to get this bill across the plate because it has a lot of what he's looking for his agenda. And today, Trump was asked about Musk's comments on the bill in the Oval Office. And that's where Trump took it really personal. He said that Elon is suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. He alluded to Elon being angry that he left the White House so soon, only 130 days, due to him being a special government employee. And he even said that Musk is just upset about the bill because it cuts his electric vehicle tax benefits, which of course benefits his company Tesla.
Yo, this ain't got nothing to do with regular people, man. Especially no black people, man. These just two rich white brothers fighting it out. You took my toy, you know. I want my toy back. I paid you $20 million last week. You know, why you saying this? I don't like that. I'm gonna tell people to forget your campaign. That's all. This has nothing to do with regular people. The Epstein files. I still don't know if he actually died or not. No one knows. Epstein. Yeah. Never mind. This is nothing. I was hired to lead Jeffrey Epstein's defense as his criminal lawyer 9 days before he died, Attorney David. Yeah, man. Look, these are just two white people, white billionaires, mad at each other because somebody ain't bring him a fruit snack when he asked them to. And then, you know, Elon Musk has been dealing with, you know, power issues for a while. You cross him, you say something wrong, you know, he feels some kind of way. He feel like Trump's supposed to support him forever. Yeah, man, this is nothing. I urge all people to pay this no mind. They also do stuff like this to try and distract us from whatever else is going on. What's that war that Trump pulled the troops out? They've been fighting for like, I don't know, for months now. On Friday, Trump speculated that the world's richest man has lost his mind, as evidenced by the tweetings. Yo, Trump don't pull no punches, man. Look at him, bro. These are rock stars. Right here, man. This is fake news, man. Anyway, let's get to what I really want to get to. So, Lord Jamar, Vlad TV. So, Lord Jamar, I want to get to his first interview. So it says here, Vlad tells Lord Jamar what led to. No, I want to go to his. Here we go. Lord Jamar breaks down why he fell out with Vlad. Lord Jamar on why he reached out to Vlad after 5 years describes their first phone call. So we're gonna watch this. I actually have not seen this. So he described Lord. I'm gonna explain the lead up real quick. So Lord Jamar and also Godfrey. Lord Jamar did not want to mess with Godfrey because Vlad TV. He didn't want to mess with Vlad TV because Vlad said something vulgar and disrespectful about Minister Farrakhan. Lord Jamar said, we don't like that as a black community, as people who are assets to your establishment, Vlad TV. Me and Godfrey, we both agree, we not going to rock with you no more. Cool. Lord Jamar was telling Godfrey, and for people who know Godfrey as a comedian, he's someone who's, well known within the black community for sure, but he's a comedian, pretty knowledgeable guy. I like him, right? Lord Jamar was saying, hey, you know what? I believe you gonna go back to Vlad first. Lord Jamar ends up going back to Vlad first. Despite him saying he wouldn't go back to Vlad. Despite calling Vlad a culture vulture and all this other stuff. So Lord Jamar is one of them ignorant Negroes. Now I'm gonna tell you why in a second. But that's who Lord Jamar is. So we're gonna play from his own words Lord Jamar on why he reached out to Vlad after 5 years. Describes that first phone call. This isn't long, so I believe that we'll be able to get through it.
So, how do you feel about, your decision to because really it was your decision,
right?
We haven't spoke in 5 years because of your decision.
Correct.
So how do you feel about that now?
So I just want to say, he said, out of your decision, Vlad, because we're not going to watch what Vlad said, but Vlad in the previous interview, this same interview, right? Because this is part 4. In part 1, he said that it was my mistake because I misquoted something that Minister Farrakhan had said. There was an altered video. So Vlad did not apologize. He stood 10 toes down. Okay? So because of that now, Lord Jamar, they're talking and they're saying, hey, you know what? He just said, hey, Vlad, because of what you did, how do you feel about now inviting me on? Now, Lord Jamar said he wouldn't go on, but he said, hey, you know what, Vlad is Russian, right? So how do you feel about, bringing me on after what you said about Farrakhan?
Which part?
The part of like standing on that to the point where we haven't talked in all this time, and now we just ended up speaking.
I think it's unfortunate. And in full disclosure, so people understand what's happening, you reached out to me first.
Mm-hmm.
After the apology, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
But not right after, maybe a month later or something like that, because this just happened recently.
Mm-hmm.
You texted me first, so then we started to text a little bit back and forth, then we got on the phone, but you actually put the first foot forward.
Right, because I was having reflection because my dog just passed. My little you know, he was a puppy when I first brought him up here.
We'll show the video of you and the dog right now. Yeah.
And you know, he just recently passed. And I don't know, it's just you flashed into like him being on the seat and all that shit just flashed in my mind. And I was like, I don't know, it just kind of made me think about you. So I went back to some of the text because I saw your apology and all this type of shit, and I wasn't necessarily happy with it upon first glance at it. Mm-hmm. But then when I looked at this text and I'm seeing our interaction of the shit that we were saying even prior to this, like when it first was happening, and I'm like, damn, like we really was fucking friends. And then you said some shit in there that made me be like, okay, he did kind of get it. You was like, I know you may be taking some, I know you're saying this out of love or some shit you said. Mm-hmm. And I know you may be, I understand that you motherfuckers may be coming at you type of shit, basically. I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember exactly what you said. Huh. But that right there, I don't know. I just saw it and I don't know. I just immediately liked it or loved it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, then I saw that's what came through. That's like what came in. Liking a text. And that was, I don't know. It was just kind of like an automatic thing. Like that respond, I'm like, what's this about? When you see a text, I know, right? Yeah. When you see a text that you fuck with, I be in the habit of sometimes I don't text back. I'll just text the emoji or whatever the fuck they got in the on the iPhone shit. Yeah. So that's what I did. And then when I did that, you hit me with a question mark. Like, like what? Huh? And you hit me right back. I was like, okay.
Well, because you don't expect that. You expect you liked a 5-year-old text. Right. That was the first interaction. Yeah. You liked a text I don't remember sending. It was 5 years ago. So this came out of nowhere. I'm like, I don't even know what this is referencing, you know? But we texted and then, you know, you wanted to get on a call and it took me a couple days to find a slot of time where I knew that we could talk without me having to go do something else. And, but I didn't know how I was going to get into it, you know, how this was going to work, because I was sort of prepared one way or another. You know, this is going to be cool or this might be on some bullshit. And either way, all right, here we go. But when we first started talking, you weren't on some bullshit at all.
Because I never been on no bullshit. I never been on no bullshit. And you know that, Vlad.
That's a lie. That's a lie. And we gonna dissect it right now. See, these the type of Negroes you gotta stay away from. These are the type of Negroes you gotta stay. Hold on, man. Hold on. See, these the same Negroes, Lord Jamar, Flat Earth. He say he don't be on no BS, bro. You think the world is flat, bro? You think? Hey everyone. You think the Earth is flat? Now, here's a good brother, Professor Dave. This is the type of guy who comes on. I'm speaking about Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar is the type of person who comes on and acts like and gaslights, acts like he ain't the one who started all the mess. He's not the one who influenced Godfrey to stay off of Vlad. He's not the one to talk about other people not being quote unquote real and street. And for the man, and the man is against us, and I'm the black man, and all this rap, and Eminem is trash because he puts words together, and Eminem is, hey, look, man. Lord Jamar, please, the people who are influenced by Lord Jamar, he's someone who will laugh in your face and talk behind your back to his homies. This is the type of person Lord Jamar is. So Lord Jamar was saying that the earth was flat. So in a stand-up conversation, we have this guy, Professor Dave. He came on to address it. Lord Jamar didn't want to put this video out. This is why him and Godfrey, they aren't cool, because Godfrey doesn't think the earth is flat. Godfrey is a good upstanding brother. Lord Jamar, and we're going to dissect what Lord Jamar just said. Talking about he never had an issue. You know what that sound like to me? When the brother's reflecting, his dog just died. You hit up the white man and you say, man, you know, I'm kind of, I don't know what I was thinking. You know, I don't, you know, let's just put this behind us. You know, when someone get to talking like that, what happens? What does that mean? I think his pockets are low. Ain't no think, I'm sure. I hope Vlad disclosed how much he's paying Lord Jamar for the interviews. Because we're not talking about resolving an issue right now. That's not where we're talking about. Because there's still a guy named Godfrey who's supposed to have been his best friend sitting on the outside of this. So we're not talking about coming together and resolve something that seemingly wasn't there or was falsified. We want to bring about the character of a person. So things like this happen all the time. People lose who they're in true friendship with, their dignity, as far as how they actually feel about a person gets misconstrued, happens in the workplace. This happens all the time. So let's actually get to Exhibit A of Lord Jamar being full of cap, disrespectful, weird, and ignorant.
Exactly this, so I recorded the Zoom session from my end. I knew that this exchange was going to be absolute gold, and I was not disappointed. With that context covered, enjoy this brief interaction with one of the dumbest people alive.
There's not fire in
Now he's coming with that type of energy because Lord Jamar, the goofball, is talking about him before he comes on stream, saying that Professor Dave is a goofball, he's a clown. Because he speaks proper, he's a weirdo and a lame. You know, these the type of guys in the hood. And again, I love all, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in the hood. I love the brothers, you know what I'm saying? But these types of guys we got to stay away from. It's these clowns when you try to provide a point that makes total sense. You've put the work in to actually describe the point. They don't let you talk. They talk over you. They want to make jokes. They want to talk to their friends. And then at the end of the day, no one learns anything. We just go back to, oh, the white man is on our neck, on our neck type of deal. So we need to squash this type of mess. This whole type of idea. Just squash it, please. Because you have people who come on, they ask you a straightforward question, you give them 5, 6 different answers. I know Negroes like this. Plenty of them. Young or old, it don't matter. 50 years old, 60 years old, 17 years old. You ask them a straightforward question, they look at you and give you 5 different answers.
a vacuum of space.
I want to say
Like,
something.
Yeah, well, go ahead.
It's ridiculous.
Like, and before we bring Professor David, here's my before he even gave the
I want to
right.
I want to get to where they actually bring him on.
Hey,
Dave.
Hi, Dave.
To the outside of
rotating.
it. Yes, as it rotates, I'll gladly sit down and have a talk with him. He hasn't showed me such model. I can give you a model right now as we sit here.
Oh, is Dave around? Is he there?
He's on. I
Can he hear us?
A model right now.
I can hear you guys.
Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Dave. It's Godfrey. How
With
are
a
you?
This is
concave
Godfrey.
soul.
Doing good.
You're doing good.
Can you guys see me?
Hey.
What up, Dave?
Dave, are you Dave the science
Communicator.
communicator? Well, hey, how you doing? First
What
time
does that
meeting
mean?
you.
Different.
Science
good.
communicator.
Science communicator. Okay. Well, here you are. You do not believe in the flat Earth theories, and you are. I've been taught that the Earth has been round for a long time, and when the flat Earth thing came around, I said, okay, what's this about? And then I listened to some of the flat Earth stuff, and you know what? Some of the stuff made sense. I was like, that kind of makes sense. And then, when you hear about what you've always been learning about, well, that kind of makes sense. And then when I talked to, actually, Dave, when I talked to a fighter pilot, and then they go like 50,000 feet, way higher than commercial jet. I say, have you seen curvature? He goes, yeah, we see the curvature of the Earth. That's what he said. I was like,
I've seen multiple.
Tell us, Dave, why you are against what he believes. How about that?
Yeah, Flat Earth is the dumbest hoax in human history. Jamar just watched some videos by Eric Dubé, who just spews a bunch of bullshit, memorized what he says, and repeats it and pretends to be intelligent.
Hey, look. And what I like about this guy, he gets right on his ass. No diddy. Because he know the type of energy, he know what type of energy Lord Jamar coming with already. You know what I'm saying?
Dubé, who just spews a bunch of bullshit, memorized what he says, and repeats it and pretends to be intelligent. Instead, everything you say is so insanely stupid and can be disproven with like middle school level physics.
Really?
So yeah, we can go ahead and you can rattle off your debate talking points.
Do you have a
I'll tell you how
working
you're
model of a ball that has water sticking to the outside of it? Can you show me a working model
wet
of that?
a tennis ball.
Yes, wet.
It has
And
nothing to
that,
do
but
with
no.
anything.
That's
What
not
do-
water
what do you even-
sticking to
what
a
does that even
ball.
mean?
That's saturation of water on the
Okay,
ball.
so
I
let's
want you to show me where water sticks to the outside of a ball as it spins. It doesn't go to the equator of the ball and
all right,
spin
buddy,
off.
I heard what you said.
Show me a working model. Hang on.
You said something very
Show
stupid.
me
I'm
a
gonna
working
explain to you how it's
model.
stupid.
Okay.
The reason that things stick to the Earth is because the Earth is extremely massive, so it generates a very large gravitational field. When water falls off of a ball, whatever ball you're talking about, to the Earth, it's because of the large gravitational field exerted by the Earth. So when you're talking about water sticking to a ball, your desired demonstration of gravity fails because gravity exists.
No.
Things fall to the ground.
There is density and buoyancy, sir. Gravity is not some
Okay,
magical
density is
thing
not
that
a
makes
force.
things
Density is a
drop
scalar.
to the
Density is
ground.
not a force.
It depends
And
the
buoyancy
medium
only
that it
exists
is
where
in.
gravity
If I
exists.
drop something into this
Hey,
water,
kiddo, shut
depending
up.
on how
Hold on.
heavy
You
it
can't
is.
I want to hear
This room, I'd be smacking the shit out of him right now.
First of all,
Okay.
So Lord Jamar went right when people are losing a argument, they go right to violence. Now, people talk about this with other people, but right now we're seeing clearly if a black person is losing an argument, some black people, not all. I don't want the all police coming out. They want to get physical because they're upset.
Right,
Simple
sir?
terms.
You know that, right?
What you say to the
You know that,
entire
right?
human race, the entire body of scientific knowledge. Let me respond to the insanely stupid thing you said.
I want you to respond to my.
Let him talk, Dave.
Okay, we're going to talk about what pseudoscience.
Okay. Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead, Dave.
Density is not a force. It requires a force to produce an acceleration. Things accelerate towards the Earth. Density is a scalar. It's not a force. It can't make things move. Buoyancy, there's a buoyant force, but it has gravity in the equation. Buoyancy only exists when gravity exists.
When gravity, the
So,
secret sauce.
here's the problem with your density.
Hey, this is you see the type of clown that's being exhibited right here. See, these are the people we gotta stay away from in our community, man. Any community. These are the clowns. We can't get past Exhibit A. We can't get past ourselves because we got people like this with a mic in their face.
Bullshit. You think that things fall down because the air is less dense. The air is less dense above the object too. So why the fuck don't things fall up? Can you
Things
explain
do
that to me?
fall up, you fucking asshole.
What
Bubbles,
fall up?
bubbles
Nothing
go
falls
up, you stupid fuck. Fucking evaporation goes up, you dickhead. Like,
That's
what the
not
fuck are you
falling.
talking about?
That's because there's wind.
Because it's lighter than the fucking density it's in.
Doesn't a bubble-
how can
doesn't
a
a-
fly
doesn't a
defy
bubble
gravity?
fall? Doesn't a-
How can a fucking tadpole defy gravity, you fucking shithead?
Tadpole defy gravity? What the fuck
Yes.
are you talking
How does
about?
anything swim through? If gravity is holding down oceans that are tons of fucking of fucking force, How does anything swim through the ocean? How do you fucking lift your legs off the fucking ground?
Things can
you
exert
fucking
force.
cockbag.
Let him answer you. Muscles. Birds have wings, right? You can exert
They have
force,
wings?
which allows you to accelerate. Right? Doesn't that make sense? If you jump or if you throw a ball, you're exerting force and you are counteracting gravity until that momentum runs out. You throw a ball, it goes up.
I mean, that's pretty simple. That's pretty simple. Lord Jamar, real quick, Lord Jamar did not want this interview to come out. This is why him and Godfrey fell out.
And then it falls back down.
Why
do things fall down?
Speaking of momentum, do things
No.
energy?
Why do things fall down?
Subject. Why don't things fall
Why
up?
do-
Why do things only fall down?
why do they-
The
You
said, why
air
do
is
things
less dense
fall
above
up?
the
No,
ball.
why do things fall down only? Why don't they fall up? This is what he's asking.
Again, light things will rise.
Only with wind,
Dense.
which is a
No,
force.
it's not only with wind.
Things don't float. Nothing
Why
floats.
doesn't a ball fall up? The air
Because
above the ball
it is
less
dense.
than the ball.
Because it is dense.
Because what's that?
The air
The ball
is more
is
dense than the
dense.
ball? Is
The-
that what you're saying
That
now?
don't even make sense. That's not even what
The
you're,
ball
what you're saying.
is dense. If it's in regular air, it will fall to the ground.
in
If
regular
it was
air.
in,
Why
if
does
it
it
was
fall
in,
up? Isn't
say
the air
a
above the ball
gel,
less
if it
dense
was
than
in
the
a
ball?
gel, what is it? What's the ball gonna do?
Okay, I
It's
don't
just
know
gonna
about what
stop
the fuck
there,
you're talking about
right?
The gel in the air. Why
There's
doesn't a ball
it
fall
depends
up?
on the
air
medium.
is
Yeah,
less
ask
dense
Why
the
than
does it
question
fall
and then.
What does falling up have to do with anything? I don't
No,
understand.
because
what
you
you're
think
talking
He
about.
said,
Because you said there's
what?
no such thing as
you
gravity.
you said there's
Why
no
is
such
there a
thing in
preferred
gravity.
direction?
Lord Jamar can't think past a blank pale, man. He's lost. Lord Jamar done lost what question he asked the guy. Lord Jamar, you can't fake the knowledge, bro. See, this is what a lot of people also. I'm just talking about the black community because this is my experience. A lot of people fake the knowledge. I wanted to go get so much knowledge that I couldn't fake it. I don't have to fake it. When you come into the realm of education and I start talking and I get on your ass, it's gonna be some uncomfortable moments. So at the end of the day, Lord Jamar, these are the moments where you're supposed to man up or shut up. Say, hey, you know what? You got it. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know what's going on. You got it.
Falling. Why do things fall down to the ground?
Because they're heavy. Because they have density. That's
Okay,
why.
what is heavy? What is weight? Do you even know what weight is?
Oh my.
What's weight? Tell me the definition of weight.
It's your fucking head on your fucking shoulders, you fat
Oh,
head
someone's
bitch.
getting a little sassy because he
Like-
doesn't know.
Hey, once he called him the B word, man, it's over, man. Have I shown you enough? Have I shown you enough, man? Call line is open. Have I shown you enough? You guys come in, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, like the video, hit the notification bell. These are the guys that we are next to every single day. These clowns. These are the same clowns who ask you to, if you want to be a part of this gang, you got to do this. Ignorant. Have no clue what's going on in the world. Ask to actually come to a place on time. Ask to turn in some work on time. Ask to actually do anything that's practical. All they can do is lead you to a place where you're going to have to do a lot of jail time or you're going to end up in an unfortunate situation. But these are the guys right here. He went back to Vlad. He went back on everything that he stood on. And also he can't stand on anything that he tried to actually pronounce or explain to the guy who came on, Professor Dave. So I wanna end the stream. And if you want to actually watch the rest of this, you can go to Professor Dave. I have no problem shouting people out, man. Professor Dave explains. And, you know, he gets kicked off because Lord Jamar can't handle it. Lord Jamar asked them to get him off of the stream. I'm going to go to the end really quickly.
single
Eric
thing
Dubay?
that Eric Dubay
dude
says.
from,
Trust me, I've debunked all this shit.
Oh, he's-
I know your
he's a
whole
flat
script.
earther.
Density
You ain't
buoyancy,
debunk,
density
you ain't
buoyancy.
debunked shit.
No, I did. And
So,
that's why you're getting angry.
we
and
on
throwing
a
around
flat
dates.
Essentially, from this point on, Lil Jamar just insults him the whole time.
Know what
Doesn't
day
know the
means?
definition of weight. Hasn't taken a science course. Hasn't been in school. Does not have any sort of background or foundation or provenance of science whatsoever. But he gonna jump on, and this guy who has spent years, clearly years, explaining flat Earth theory and the scientific knowledge behind gravity. Gravity was explained by Einstein a while ago. Not too long ago, because Einstein taught a black course in the 1900s. We think Einstein was like from the 1700s. I don't know why people think that is. But anyway, this guy came on and respectfully disproved without a doubt and without any effort Lord Jamar. These type of people within our black community, we need to cast them out immediately. I'm sick of them. They prevent everybody from being great. Everybody. I'm sick of these guys. Not him. Him. This guy right here. I'm sick of those guys. So, for anybody who's backing clowns, we will not have it. Beyond the book, we a community, man. It's a lot of people who rocking with us, and I appreciate it. At the end of the day, you know, a lot of people also appreciate that we are going to stand 10 toes down for the people who we want to stand 10 toes down for. That's family. That's people who have given us a chance within society. People who understand what motive it is regarding the podcast and regarding how valuable it is and how transparent it is for the people who are coming up. We got people in college right now. They got internships. They doing their thing. And we want them to know what the truth is. That's it. If we can provide some sort of truth and help people just a little bit of the way, because we're not going to provide all the answers, but at least the answers within the realm of our own experience. And please, one thing I want you to do. Please keep Negroes like this away from you. Negroes like that. That's it, man. That's it. That's all. We'll be back on tomorrow, 6 p.m. You know how we rocking. Please like the video. I appreciate the people who are tuned in. Like the video. Subscribe if you're on our YouTube. Hit the notification bell. We're going to get up out of here. As always, in the simulation, provide a demonstration to the higher power, showing who you are. Only then do we soar across the pages of life. Until next time, please, levitate.